All right, good afternoon. It is just over past 2:30 on Wednesday, February something or other. And anyway, so on my other channel, Talk About Paint Club, this past Saturday I ended up sharing a wash that I like to use, custom mixed, and I did show it on a particular toy. And I thought I would show it again show it in use on a new platform, new to me, that I've been working on for a while. That has to go to a custom show in El Paso. It needs to leave here in about a week. So let's say I don't know. Yeah, so somebody in the comments is going to correct me on what day it actually is. Anyway, yeah, so it has to leave by the end of the month, and that's what we're working on. And unfortunately, I have forgotten the name of the platform or who has designed it. I'm normally really good about remembering that sort of thing. I do know how to track this down. It'll take me 7 steps to potentially track it down. But this is for, oh, okay. So I have this goes on top like that. Goes in here. It's 3 pieces. Da, 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 da. I just have not wanted to commit to putting this together yet. So that being said, I may have to pull anchor quick on this, depending on when my wife gets home. But yeah, so the name of the show is Sugar Coated, hosted by Ghost Fox Toys and live in El Paso, I believe, in their store, their actual brick and mortar designer toy store in El Paso. So rad to that too. So yeah, so here's the wash that I ended up making live on Talk About Paint Club this past Saturday. And yeah, so it is a bronze metallic with just the tiniest amount of black added to it. And then it has matte medium and flow improver and a modulant solution and water in there. It has all the right thinning agents for acrylic, all mixed together in a happy harmony that I like. So, and I keep a special little wee jar just for this mix. And yeah, like used to be other paint water stuff, but now it's exclusively to this. Mainly because I mix it a few times. Different manufacturers get a little like, so different paint manufacturers make the same color, but not really. Like they finish the same way, but they don't end up being the same. So this is made by a different manufacturer of a similar color, and it's a little more purple. It thinned out. It's a little more purple than I would like, and that's fine. Especially with the blue and green, the purple will be just fine. But I keep one designated jar for this wash in particular because it has so much flow improver and modulant aid in there that it'll thin down or break down acrylic paint. So might as well, if it's going to break down something, might as well break down the original. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this liberally, and then I'll wipe it down with probably a sea sponge. And I'm just going to get the sea sponge a little moist. People like that. Ever so slightly. And I'm just going to be able to, so I'll be able to antique this or wick it off easier. Just clearing my desk of extra things that could potentially get screwed up. And look at that. Bottle of Magic Mix is the other holder. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go top to bottom. So I have, so I'll be doing the skull ice cream thing, wipe it down, let it dry. And then while that's drying, I'm going to tackle the cone, but I'm going to put it upside down so I can quickly add my wash to this and then let the cone dry standing on there, because right now it's just upside down. And I got the cone in a really nice fashion where it's lots of browns. And then from below, I dry brushed one of my favorite oranges, and from the top, I dry brushed one of my favorite greens. All right, so let's see what happens. And then everybody gets to watch it live on YouTube. Hello. And instead of me recording this to be on an actual YouTube video. So I had two choices. I could either stream it live or I could record it and everybody see it regularly. All right, so yeah, and this green is not the final choice. So I've laid out my mid-tone, and now I'm shading my mid-tone. And then after this, I will go back and put in all my highlights. Like, one of the cool things about this is it does work mostly like a black wash would. Oh, good. And it works like a black wash would, where it's going to antique all the recesses, and it's going to wipe down. Well, when I wipe it down, all my surfaces will be slightly stained, but they'll come back with some brilliance. And I got my partially damp sponge. I damp it just a little bit more. Oh boy, my wife is home. The dog is barking. All right, so magic time. And this typically works better for me as a top down. Sometimes I use a heavy duty shop rag instead. Yeah, you can see how everything's antiqued. It looks wonderful. It's antiqued. All the recesses are over exaggerated. And then after this, I will I'll come in and re-highlight it, and I may just go in with a darker glaze, black or purple, and over exaggerate where the washes are. And I'm squeezing out the extra paint into a off-camera rag. Oh, okay, so the nails on this were painted, and I don't remember what brand. I wish I remember what brand I used right now, but yeah, so there's so much modulant in there, or flow improver, that I've just relieved some of the nails of being brown for a while. That gets to be fixed. It's okay. But there's the first step one done. And then, I go through this wash a lot. So then, and secretly I want this wash to stay in the squares of the cone. It may save me some time later on. So I'm gonna aim for that and we'll see what happens. I really want this cone to be super shaded. I don't know what term I want for that. All right, so yeah, good enough, close enough. And while it sits on the ice cream in the ice cream drip, this will get monitored more and more. But yeah, that's pretty slick. All right, and then finally, I don't have enough. The joy of this stuff is that, it's pretty user-friendly for me, and it's easy to mix. Magic ratios are on Talk About Paint Club. No, it was easy to mix. It's easy to make. It's cheaper than most manufacturers because I do it myself. And let's see. Yeah, and I don't have anything else to. Like I've used this concept on this particular wash on a few other projects. I really like how it came out, so just continue that process. And there it is. Da, 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 da. And the nice thing is you can do this, you can do something similar with oils. And that requires material that I don't want to use in my house, i.e. flammable liquids. The benefit to oils is you get a lot more work time. I don't have much time for this. I really don't know how much time I have working with this because I do try to do it as quick as possible. And your wiping device also makes a difference on how it's going to behave. Like I said, one of the shop towels, not a paper towel, but a shop towel works pretty well too. I have a Mad Monster over there that I painted on Saturday night that turned out really super. Like everything's detailed on it, or everything's outlined in it, and that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's that. And when I dampen this, like I'm trying to squeeze out as much water as possible. I'm not getting a drop anymore. So let's see, that's done. Then we'll put this back in. I think it locks in like that. Ta-da! And then as I'm talking to y'all, or shouting into the void, I know I am monitoring this guy too, and it seems like everything's going where it needs to. I do have a little pooling down here on the drippy drips that I will just catch paper towel. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to monitor this to make sure I don't have a gross buildup here. Yeah. And then like what's after this stage will be that's where like a lot of the fun parts go. So I'll rebase the eyes because I want them to be be in the spectrum from magenta to orange. So they've been base coated, but they've been base coated enough to where I'm at the right stage. And yeah, so they'll get base coated. The nails will get retouched up, and then some of the shadows will be over exaggerated, which is part of the fun stuff. Pretty much like I'm at the fun stage. Like I've gotten past the shitty stage to where like nothing, where like once you there's a lot of phases to painting. So you have the pre-priming stage, which is always a little weird if you're, especially if you're building on a toy or model. Then you get the prime stage, and the prime stage is beautiful because you get like that one solid load of color, and you can see everything clear. It's nice. And then when you start putting on your base coats, there is a time where it gets to the shitty stage or the crappy stage, right? You get to the crappy stage, it's kind of a discouragement. So the goal for this was to get it past the shitty stage. So that was somewhere last week, and then I just put it down until I could get my mix set up and be able to have some dedicated time to put towards this project. So now that this is done, it gets to dry, and then in a few hours, I will be putting everything in there. I'll be doing a lot of the detail, a lot of the shadows. One of the nice things is that this has helped exaggerate a lot of it. And so like I have the melty part here, the ice cream, it's a little more blue, so I will dive into that a little. The melty part, I probably will just accent the where it's dark, and then I'll highlight the hell out of it with appropriate colors. The joy of this mix is that it's not black. I mean, like I said, there's a tiny bit of, there's like 3 drops of black in here, but it's a metallic brown. It's a really dark, it's a dark bronze. And so it's got a little glitter in it. On my Instagram at Ricstroh, Ricstroh, I have the Medusa that I painted and actively used this. That's why I made this initially, was to outline that 1-to-1 scale, so she's big, and it worked out super there. So I thought, hey, we're gonna try it on a couple other toys, and yeah, it works out really, really well. Yeah, here's the Mad Monster. This was white Saturday, and then after giving it the wash and wipe, it looks kind of purpley. With a dry brush, I'll be able to pull up all that hair texture and then go back to a glaze game for airbrushing the fur, the face, and I'll probably be doing a live some on that, or it'll be turned into a video for eventual. I am late on making an actual video for YouTube. The goal for 2024 was to make at least one a month, so February's is winding up. I have a few videos partially made, and I think like I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and be like, one didn't come out as well as I would like, but it's okay. Get it out so you can get it out. Get whatever information is going to be presented out. So that's Thursday, Friday's project. So yeah. All right. So I've been here almost 19 minutes, so I'm going to bid y'all a fair adieu. Thanks for those who've tuned in. Hope something was worthwhile. Go out and make something. And if you do, be happy with it. Make something that you're happy with, whether it be a pudding to whatever. But go make something and go be proud of it. See y'all later. Have a good day.